Hi, this is Quintella Griffin, Realtor with Better Homes and Gardens, Real Estate Royal and Associates. I will be talking about positive equity sale and COVID-19 coronavirus in foreclosure. First, let's start with what is home equity. Home equity is the value of the homeowner's interest in their home. It's the real property's current market value less any liabilities. The amount of equity in a house or its value fluctuates over time. So essentially, the home equity can go up or down. It depends on the market value. California has non-judicial foreclosure process. These are the steps the borrower will go through before the property is foreclosed. It takes approximately 120 days, and this could be longer depending on the lender. Some lenders are more aggressive than others. So the first step is notice of default. The 90-day time clock starts. Notice of sale. This is when the auction date and time is set. Auction, it can be stopped, postponed, lender places the first bid, pay in full cash. Or we have trustee sale, transfer ownership. If it's occupant, if it's occupied, they will start an eviction. That is the foreclosure process in California. To learn more about the California foreclosure process and procedures, go to www.courts.ca.gov/1048.htm. This website will give you details on the processes and procedures for foreclosures. Foreclosure is public. The notice of default is recorded. The notice of trustee sale is recorded. The auction date and time is available to the public. So if you're wondering how and why you are getting so many inquiries, these documents are recorded with the local county recorder's office. Question: if you had an option, one, positive equity sale and walk away with no foreclosure on your credit report and money, or two, foreclosure and no money, which option would you select? Ask yourself that question. Here's an example of a positive equity sale. If sold in foreclosure, homeowner walks away with $400,000. So this is an example of a positive equity foreclosure sale. So we have the estimated value of this property at $483,000. The outstanding loan amount is $83,000. So you subtract this amount, which equals $400,000 in equity. That is the money. If the property is sold, the homeowner would take away the sale proceeds at the end of the sale. These are properties currently in foreclosure with positive equity in Oakland, California. This is a market that I sell in, and I wanted to share this information with the public so they can see the equity in these examples. So here we have $696,000, $513,000, and then the third example, we have over $1 million in equity, and the last example, $228,000 in equity. So this potentially could be a person or a homeowner that is in foreclosure. If they did a positive equity sale, they will walk away with these numbers. Now let's examine the government's promise to protect you from foreclosure and or delay it due to COVID-19, better known as coronavirus. As we know, California is a non-judicial foreclosure state. Emergency Rules of California Rules of Court, April 6, 2020. So we're now going to take a look at what protections are afforded homeowners that are in foreclosure. Rule number 2, suspends judicial foreclosures, stays all judicial proceedings to foreclose on a mortgage or deed of trust, including an action for a deficiency. The periods for electing or exercising the right to redeem after foreclosure are told, as well as any period to petition a court regarding redemption rights. Statute of limitations on foreclosure actions are told. The emergency rule remains in effect until 90 days after the pandemic state of emergency is lifted or the judicial authorities otherwise suspends the rule. So, because I'm not a lawyer, I'm a realtor, it's not my job to interpret the law. So I will say that I will be safe in declaring here that this rule says that basically if you're a homeowner, that you cannot be foreclosed upon. Now let's further take a look at a new law that's pending that involves the coronavirus and foreclosures. That law is AB 828 and it's pending. This is what the bill states. I'm going to read it verbatim. Bill would create a moratorium on recording notices of default and notice of sale for foreclosure of residential properties, while state or local declaration of emergency in effect, and for 15 days after it ceases. The moratorium applies to property tax sales as well as unlawful detainer proceedings and execution of writs of possessions. So, again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm a realtor, and this bill is pending in legislation. And I think people can kind of interpret what it means. I'm not going to go into that detail. So, right now, I'm going to ask you this question. Did you receive a bill from the assessor's office asking you to pay your property taxes? Although it knew that the coronavirus is impacting the homeowner's ability to pay. So at this point, do you think that if you don't pay your property taxes, you won't get penalties or fines? So understand that there might be rules, regulations that are laws, but the question you have to ask yourself, is the government or is the court or is the lenders going to follow it? You should carefully examine your situation and make the best decision for your family if you're facing foreclosure. Ask yourself these questions. Can you afford to hire an attorney to represent you to enforce the order to stay your foreclosure if your lender will not obey it or implements its own set of rules conflicting to the order? Can you afford to lose equity in your home should you decide to sell it within the next 3 months, 6 months, or a year from now? Will you have enough positive equity to put you in a better financial position? Winning. Sometimes to win the war, you've got to lose a battle. When it comes down to it, the homeowner should focus on winning the war. That might mean losing the battle. It simply depends on your long-term goals. Thank you for watching my presentation on positive equity sales. and coronavirus in foreclosure. Sell now while you have positive equity in foreclosure. Don't wait post coronavirus for decreased equity. The values are going to be going down. Don't wait post coronavirus so you can receive lowball offers when you list your house for sale. Don't wait for the economy to bounce back. It may be a while before that happens. Take action now. Text, call, or schedule a Zoom appointment with Agent Q. I can be reached at 510-295-9298. Thank you.